So we got one more thing, and it's one of my favorite people is back in the limelight. His name is Jussie. Jussie Smollett is
Isn't that
back in
the
the
guy
news.
who claimed that he got a couple of MAGA Republicans beat him up at 2 in the morning in Chicago?
MAGA country. Yes.
Have you been to Chicago?
Yeah, I've been to Chicago many times.
A lot of roving bands of MAGA
A
Republicans
lot of
there.
them, apparently. Like when I was there, I couldn't even drive down the street. So much red hats.
Really?
And yeah, and in
Wow.
fact, they was all driving that Elon Musk truck, whatever that truck is called.
Yeah,
They
that's
painted them all red, and they had red hats, and
really,
they had rifles outside,
really.
sticking outside the car, ready to point at any Negro that happened to be around on the street. Because if you didn't notice, Chicago is predominantly white,
Oh, right, yeah, for sure. That's why their
like
mayor
99%.
that's why their mayor,
Yes.
it looks like that Batman villain lady, right? With the
Yeah. And that's look, I'll tell you this too. The south side of Chicago, there's this place called O Block, and it's nothing but white people killing each other. They're like rednecks, and they run
Wow.
around
In
with like
Chicago,
in
Illinois.
Chicago.
Really?
There's this place called O Block, and I think the O Block, the name came from because the white rednecks like to sing these songs. Oh, kill the Negro, and they made this place called O Block,
Wow,
and
and it
all they
still
do is
stands to today.
to this day,
Wow.
to this day, that's what they do.
This is an injustice.
I know.
Jussie Smollett needs to do something about
If
this.
only he tried, and
Okay,
they
so
stopped him.
what's going on with him? What is he saying now? Why are we even hearing from this
It's
liar?
not even that it
He
was
is a
that
liar.
crazy. It wasn't even that crazy a story, but I was just like, the audacity is this man to say what he's saying. So Jussie Smollett still claims he was a victim of hate crimes after paying $60,000 to settle the hate hoax. Jussie Smollett resurfaced on social media Saturday with a lengthy post insisting he was falsely accused of staging a hate crime in 2019 despite being convicted over the incident. His comments came just days after settling a civil case with the city of Chicago. So all of a sudden, he got to settle that case and he want to go to social media now. The former Empire actor reached a deal with the city where he will donate 60,000 to two local organizations. 50,000 to blah 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 to who cares? Two art organizations he has to donate to. On his Instagram post on Saturday, he again claimed he was the victim. And he says, and I quote, over 6 years ago, after it was reported, I had been jumped. City officials in Chicago set out to convince the public that I willfully set an assault against myself, Smollett wrote. This false narrative has left a stain on my character that will not soon disappear. These officials wanted my money and wanted my confessions for something I did not do. Today should be clear. They have received neither, he added.
So he's still holding to his story. Right? He's still claiming that he got jumped by two MAGA Republicans.
He's claiming he I don't think he went that far to claim that it didn't to claim that it actually did happen, but he is claiming that this is like a big conspiracy to slander him.
Because he did, I think part of the evidence was they found checks that he wrote to two dudes from his gym.
African men.
Oh, really?
These super ripped African dudes. They were like bodybuilders. They wasn't just black, they was blackety black. I'm talking about like they was like my grandma used to say, they were so black they was blue. They was African.
Okay. So that's
gay Africans.
That's confirmed,
crazy.
right?
Yes, it's confirmed.
And he's still saying, I did not pay anyone to assault me.
Yes. He's not saying.
Is this not an example of what we were talking about with Jordan Peterson, where if you pull out that one Jenga piece, you're just like, well, I can't admit that the whole house is going to crumble in on itself. If you light up the driftwood, I'll be left 95% of who I am is just going to be burned away.
I think it just goes to show you that people can lie to themselves for so long that they start believing a lie. And I really thinks he is a victim.
Right.
He really believes this. He thinks that it's a conspiracy to slander him because for one, he's gay. He said this. He said he's the gay Tupac. He thinks he's some type of social justice warrior that's going to lead his people to the next horizon. And because it didn't go the way he thought, because his lies was found out, somebody must have done something wrong. And that's how liberals always think. Something bad happened, so somebody has to pay for it.
All right, so let's do a weird scenario. Imagine that Jussie Smollett is your brother. I don't mean like your Christian brother. I mean like fraternal brother, like same mom, same dad. And you're you, and he's him, and something happened in your life where he became a gay actor and liberal woke guy who hires people to try to stage a hate crime. What would you tell him? This is your brother. What would you tell him? Like, what advice would you give him to fix his life at this point?
I don't think there's no advice you can give to somebody that far gone. I would probably
Really?
tell him like, dude, get away from me. Don't
Oh,
come.
really?
Don't come to no family functions no more. You a liar. I don't want nothing to do with you. But I mean, I'm different though. Like I will disown somebody in a second.
Well, it doesn't. There's somewhere in scripture that does say like, give them over to the devil. That
Yeah, now he's not a Christian, so I don't know if we would
Oh
hold
yeah,
to
yeah,
that
that wouldn't
standard.
apply. Yeah, yeah,
But I would say, like, dude, you're gross and you're a liar, and I can't trust you.
yeah.
Don't come around here no more because you lying, and I don't want to
Yeah.
be nowhere near no liars. Like,
Yeah.
you could lie that much and still don't take no accountability. He's like
Yeah.
a female.
Accountability is hurting me. Ow. Poor baby.
Just run away from it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around no dude who can't like take no accountability.
You know what I would say to him if he was my brother? If he was my brother, I would say, Jussie, I can't believe mom named you Jussie. That's the stupidest name. Also, I don't believe you. I know you're still holding this story that you were a victim or whatever. I think you're lying. I still think I know you've told me 100 times that you're not lying. I don't believe you. I think you're lying. And that should piss you off. And so what I'm willing to do is fist fight you over that. So you can either tell me the truth that you did all this, or we're gonna fight. And then you can beat up somebody who's
The problem is he would just play the victim after he got beat up again. He would be like, my brother, he called me over his house and he said if I don't give in to his right wing whims, he gonna beat me up. And you know what, y'all? I took that beating because I'm fighting for y'all. That's what he would do.
really.
Yeah, I think he would just do that and say it in a way where he's a victim again.
But don't you think sometimes after a man gets in a fight, it kind of is like getting hit with a bucket of cold water? Like that kid who said that to Jordan Peterson, like, well, you're really nothing. That kid has never been punched in the face.
Oh, of
before.
course he hasn't.
There is something medicinal about getting beat up.
I believe everyone should have it. Every man should be punched in the face.
Every man should have won a fight and have lost a fight.
Yep, because it's two different things that teaches you.
Yeah.
Yep. And because of that, these dudes, that's why a lot of these boys is zesty to begin with. I don't want to use no derogatory terms.
Is zesty like?
Oh, okay.
Is zesty like gay?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why these boys are sweet and zesty to begin with. Their fathers didn't teach them how to be men. So they don't know how to be. They never been in no fight. They never had to be tough. They never had to do anything manly in their life. So then they grow up and they do dumb stuff like this where they lie in Chicago and say MAGA came to get them.
Dude, what do you think Jussie's dad is like?
Non-existent, probably.
Probably as soon as the old lady said, I'm thinking about naming him Jussie. He's like, all right, bye. I'm out.
Like, what? What?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
mean, dude is he's disgusting. And every time he comes up, I'm like, he ruined his career, so I think he's trying to stay relevant to some degree. But this is all he has.
Yeah.
He can't never act anymore. Look at you. Nobody want to see that clown act.
Yeah.
Even liberals turned on him.
Yeah. It just goes to show, like, especially if you're a man, if you become known as a liar, you're radioactive. Who wants to be?
Nobody can trust you. Nobody
Yeah.
can trust his zesty self. Nobody want to be around no gay lying dude who's gonna lie, because you become a liability.
Yeah.
Now I can't trust anything you have to say, and at any time that it suits you, you could turn on me and lie on me.
Right. Yeah.
No, I don't want to be around that, and that's why he can't find a job no more. He used to be on that little lame show Empire, and now he can't even do that. So it's like a good riddance to him. I hope he goes and falls into obscurity and nobody hears from him ever again. He's a piece of trash person, and he lied, and talking about people want his money. Listen, dude, nobody needs your money. You used up more money with your lie and used up more resources than you could ever
Yeah,
imagine.
like the Chicago PD needs Jussie Smollett money.
Yeah.
The city of Chicago is taxing their people dry.
Yes.
They've got so much money and they're so corrupt. The problem is that they don't have enough money.
Yeah, they want Jussie Smollett's $60,000. That's
Yeah,
what's gonna fix their
yeah,
problem.
right.
Dude
Yeah.
is such a clown.